Hi everyone, this is Shiraz Ahmed Khan, your host. Viewers, in today's video, we'll continue our discussion with the Insert tab and the table group or section. So let's open the file we saved last time, table 1. And now let's start the next options regarding the tables. The very first option that I would like to introduce you is the table handler. Table handler views, it's basically to select the table completely at once, and here we have that icon, this image, this small picture. This is, we call it table handler. Table handler is used to select the table completely. And why do we need to select the table? Actually, we select the table in order to perform different actions onto the whole table at once. Like if we want to move table from one point to another, if we want to if we want to change the font style or font size of the table, we can perform all these actions with the help of table handler. One more thing, viewers, sometimes the people, they think they mess up these two things, that selecting the contents of the table this way or clicking the table handler, they both are same. But let me tell you that they are different things. Selecting all the contents of the table this way with the help of mouse by clicking here and dragging towards right side, this is what we are doing. Actually, we are selecting the contents of the cell, all the contents of the cells of the table. But selecting the table, it itself is a different thing, and we do it with the help of table handler. Second thing in today's video is that if you want to beautify the table, we have inbuilt templates with us, and we call them table styles. So in order to do that, there is no need to select the table completely. Just place the cursor inside the table anywhere. Go to the design tab of the table. And here in the table styles group, you can see different templates. And in order to see more templates, you can click this drop down arrow, more. It will pop down more options for the table styles. So choose any style of your choice. One more thing, viewers, I would like to mention here is that usually the people, they start playing with these different colors to make the tables more attractive or to beautify the tables. But remember one thing, that if you are going to take printouts on a black and white printer, then it does not matter at all. Otherwise, if you want to take printouts on a color printer, then it matters, that you should then beautify the table. If you are going to present something in the form of hard copy to someone and you want to beautify it, then choose the table styles. Otherwise, let it be the simple one, that is the default one, the very first. Otherwise, in order to, just for the sake of practice, you can just mouse over and see the impact in the preview. And if you want to apply any style, just click onto that template. So let's click this. Look, just by clicking that particular table style, that style is applied onto the table completely. Third thing in today's video, the two things that are interconnected with each other, and they are a bit conceptual as compared to the first two things. And those two things are how to merge cells and how to split a single cell into more than one cells. And I'll present a scenario that through that you can easily understand that why do we need to merge cells after the insertion of the table. So let's understand it. And before doing that, insert a row before the first row. Let's modify this table or this sheet. And we learned these techniques. I'm using this technique, right clicking inside the first row of the table, insert, and insert rows above. So this way, one row is inserted above the table. Repeat the same process to insert another row above this row. So now we have inserted two new rows above the first row of the table. Actually, what is the requirement? Why do we need to merge? Let's understand by what do we mean by merge. Merge actually means to combine more than one cells into a single cell so that they lose their identity. Once different cells are merged together, they become a single cell, and all the cells, it means that they have lost their identity and now they are converted or they are merged into a single cell. And how to do it next? In order to merge the cells, we'll have to select those cells, and you can make this selection with the help of mouse, click and drag towards the right side, or you can click inside the first cell of the first row, press shift and right arrow. So once the selection is done, now right click anywhere in the first row. Because the selection is already made, right click. Now the context menu is appearing, and from this context menu, choose Merge Cells option. And once you click this, look, now we have successfully merged. Previously we had three cells in the first row of the table. Now all those three cells are converted or merged into a single cell. And now let's see, why did we do that? Because we wanted to have a heading in the first row of the table this way, and we want to center align it as well. So for to center align the contents, if you remember, we learned shortcut keys, and that is Control E. Control E means that to center align these contents inside the cell. So viewers, we learned how to merge more than one cells into a single cell. So viewers, now it's time to learn how to split a single cell into more than one cells. Split means dividing something into more parts. So dividing a cell into more halves, more parts, or more segments. So for that purpose, first of all, type the word status in this cell. Center align it by pressing Ctrl E, the shortcut key. And now let's learn how to divide these three cells one by one into two columns each. First of all, right click inside the cell where we have the value grad and choose from this context menu the option split cells. So this is another small dialog box is appearing which says that how many columns we want to have in this row and how many rows we want to have in this row. So we need one row and two columns. Let's see the impact. Let's understand it. We are splitting this cell into two columns and one row. So let's see the impact. Look, automatically it was a single row. Previously we had only one cell, one box, and now the single box is divided into two boxes. Repeat the same process for this, where we have the value grade, click split cells and OK. Again for the B grad, split cells and OK. So we have successfully splitted these cells into two cells each. Now if you observe the table, our table has different dimensions for different rows. In the first row, there is only one column, there is only one cell. In the second row, we have three columns, and in the fourth, fifth, and sixth rows, we have four columns each. So this can only be done with the help of merge cells options and with the help of split cells options. Now type here marks, and that's it. So the last thing that we these two cells are blank, so let's merge these. Now previously we merged cells in a single row. Now we are going to learn how to merge cells in a particular column. So select these two cells together, right click, and from the context menu choose merge cells. Similarly, select these two where we have name and the blank cell above it, right click and choose merge cells option. So viewers, that's it for today. Let's recapitulate quickly that what we learned today. We took start from table styles given in the design tab for the table. Then we learned the table handler, and finally we learned how to merge more than one cells and how to split a single cell into more than one cell. Finally, save the changes in this file by pressing the shortcut key, that is Control S. Do not forget to subscribe the channel, viewers, and do not forget to like the video.